As many of you know, we sadly said a final goodbye to Lou's mum a few weeks ago. In the days since, we've spent a lot of time together as a family, planning the funeral, yes, but also sharing precious memories. These stories have been a real comfort, and they'll form part of the eulogy at her service. Each family member will share their own reflections about someone who meant so much to us. All of the grandchildren have been invited to share their memories too, and this sparked lots of conversations about what mattered most to each of us. Over the weekend, my daughter Megan and I were chatting, and as often happens in times like this, the inevitable question came up. I wonder what people would say about me at my eulogy. Of course, that led to some light-hearted comments, mostly at my expense, about the many times I've done something stupid. And no, I'm not sharing those stories here. But we also started talking about things that might seem small or trivial to others, but are deeply meaningful to us as a family. Things like the classic holiday photo of me eating a custard slice, or the various odd creations I've made over the years. These little things are part of what makes a person who they are, and remembering them is part of the process of saying goodbye. That conversation got me thinking, not just about what others might say about me, but what I would say about me. How would I reflect on my own life? What would I consider the defining moments? Maybe I'd think of my achievements, though none come to mind that are particularly spectacular. More likely, I'd reflect on the people I've been fortunate enough to know and the things that we've experienced together. Perhaps people might talk about my character, the qualities that I've developed through life's ups and downs. Maybe my Christian faith would come up, or how I've been as a husband, a father, and a friend. But then a more important question surfaced. What would I like people to say? Because thankfully, I still have time to shape the answer to that. I may not have any great accomplishments ahead of me, but I can live in a way that lets others see my faith in Christ. I can make the effort to be a better husband. I can continue to support and encourage my children as they find their own way in the world. Every day gives me another chance to be a positive force in the lives of those around me. Now, if that's all starting to sound a bit like a film script or maybe over sentimental, believe me, I'm aware of how hard these things are to actually live out. I know all too well the times I've fallen short of the person that I'd hoped to be. Developing character isn't easy. In fact, it may be one of the hardest things we're ever called to do, because there are no shortcuts and it takes a lifetime.